Tumelo Machogo, he's live for us there, watching what's happening there. Tumelo, tell us more.
Well, Blaine, the Minister of Police is here, Bheki Cele, actually visiting this area, Pienaar, because it's one of the hotspots here in Mpumalanga. And also let's just quickly speak to him and then tell us about his visit here in the province. And that just talk to us about, we saw that you visited one of the polling stations and you visited in this area because it's such a hot spot here for the election. Just talk to us more about that.
Indeed, it has not been on our map of the hotspots, this place, until a week ago. When we realized that we need to put some extra effort. So I'd like really to thank the police, the Deputy National Commissioner, Masimuela National Commissioner, Provincial Commissioner, having given the extra resources here. But also thank Minister Bheki, who came here yesterday to speak with some members of the community. Because there was that issue to say people will be blocked to vote. So as the government, and especially the police, we can't allow that to happen. If people they don't want to vote, if people they take that choice for themselves, they must choose that for themselves and not choose for the rest of the community. So ours is to make sure that that is prevented, the law is upheld and is enforced for the people to go and vote. So we are having several high-risk police stations here. As I've said, there are 15 out of 47 that are here, and we have enough capabilities, we have enough personnel power. It has been added last night, extra 60 was sent from head office. We have enough to keep them at the station, but we have enough to respond if it needs be.
And also on that, just talk to us about, like these people that are saying that they want to block people from coming to vote on the vote day. Just talk to us about, are these police going to be deployed here up until the elections are also past the elections, especially after 2 days after the election, after the votes have been counted and in this area?
Well, we are here until this work is done. The work will be done when people have voted, counted, reconciled. That is until the 3rd. I think the president is making an announcement on the 4th. So we're not going to do the half work, leave it in the middle. Also, we are glad that the soldiers are coming to take the responsibility of the government installation, the serious infrastructure. We've got about 11 power stations here. They'll have to look at that. We have some national roads here, some plazas and all. They'll have to look at that so that they release the police to be around the station, to be around the centers and all that. We'll do the work until IEC says thank you, until IEC says we're fine.
And also, if then the soldiers are coming, it means that your intelligence guys are telling you guys that this is a very serious matter here with these people that are preventing people from going to vote and also that are causing these protests that has started on Monday.
Well, soldiers have got nothing to do with the stations. They have nothing to do with the protesting people. Soldiers have everything to do with the infrastructure. The key points will be there. But that helps to release the police to be where they're supposed to be, because policing is for policing, is not for soldiers. So the information we have has not told us to invite the soldiers to march with the police on the street. But we know that they need to be part of protecting the infrastructure so that you don't have police stuck in that. Police must move around and work with the communities.
Okay, Ndate, thank you so much for speaking to us. That was the Minister of Police here, Mr. Bheki Cele. He's actually going to be visiting a number of polling stations here in Pienaar and also going to a roadblock also here in Pienaar also. This area is a hotspot in the province, and that's why they're deploying these police officers that are going to be here, and also the soldiers that he spoke about that are also going to be deployed in this area to ensure that everyone is safe, especially during this voting period, and also they are safe even beyond the vote after the votes have been counted and the vote have been vote have been counted and released to the public. Blaine?
Look, that's what it's all about, isn't it? It is about what happens in between elections that matters to the people, the voters. Talk to us about the issue of safety, Tumelo, in your area. Is that high on the agenda in terms of a local government elections for the residents there?
Well, actually, the protest started here on Monday. That's when actually the protest started in Pienaar area, in Kanyamazane, and also going to Kamagugu, where a number of people actually allegedly went to truck drivers and asked them to block roads. Then they started blocking roads, and then the protest erupted in this area, and that's when they started blocking roads and not even preventing children, preventing people from going to work on Monday. So that's when the police actually had to step in, because they hijacked some of these cars, some of these trucks, took their keys, and then at gunpoint and Nochal Blaine, because they I believe that they had gun when they were like hijacking these trucks to block roads to ensure that no one actually is going to be going to work. And then they started protesting, preventing people from going to work in this area. So that's when then actually the police started taking notice of this thing, because then this area was never a hotspot area, but only after that protest on Monday, that's when the police actually realized that actually this is actually a big problem here in this area. But across the province, we've seen that it's very calm, Blaine, and especially when it comes to issues of protest ahead of the elections. We have not seen protest in other areas, but we know that in Middelburg there are protests, but they're protesting about issues of municipality there. But this area, they were protesting, but the issues were not known to the public, because some of the people was just speculating about what is the cause of the protest, because some of these protesters, they were not even speaking to the media, and we understand some of them, they were arrested and then they were released on free bail.
Look, Brother Machogo, you don't want to play around with legitimate frustration. You don't want to play around with legitimate pain, legitimate frustration and fear. And I guess that's what's coming out of your reporting a lot, in not only in Mpumalanga, but when we go to our reporters around the country as well. These are the hot button issues that people are talking about. That's when we go onto the field, on scene, as we say, and we hear from the people. These are the ubiquitous issues around the country. But we thank you very much indeed for your time. Tumelo, we'll chat with you a little